Seated in the auditorium are family and friends who have in many different ways supported these candidates to reach the goal represented by this ceremony. And on the platform are the college faculty and staff who have motivated, encouraged, and inspired these students as they completed their coursework and their college experience. And before us are the candidates for graduation, who've become good friends, mentors, and colleagues, developing relationships that will serve them well as they move into the future together. We join then as members of an extended support network to celebrate our involvement with these candidates and to witness their accomplishment, and that celebration now begins. Presiding over this commencement ceremony is the President of the Pennsylvania College of Technology, Dr. Davie Jane Gilmore.
Good afternoon. I heard you do better than that for Dr. Starkey. I can't let that happen. Good afternoon. And welcome to the Community Arts Center for the 2018 Spring Commencement Ceremony. It goes without saying that spring took a little bit of time to get here this year. Yeah. In fact, I think we might be right into summer. But just like this celebratory day, when you are going to take your place in the world of educated women and men and earn a college degree, my guess is there were days when you thought it was a long time coming as well. The hard work is done, the moment has arrived, and I encourage you, your families, and your friends to revel in all that this day has. Trust me when I tell you, years from now, you will not remember the words that we said, but you will look back on this day as one of those landmark moments in your life's journey with great fondness. This year I mark a milestone of my own. It's my 20th anniversary as president of Penn College, and no duty, thank you. Please believe me when I tell you, no duty has brought me more joy, delight, and tears than conferring degrees upon the thousands of students who have crossed this stage in those 20 years. The accomplishments that they have made, embarking on their new journeys, are something that I will never forget. For your brief time with us, you have touched the lives of everyone on this stage, faculty, fellow students, staff, people you came in contact with through your journey. Today, the entire community will join your family and your friends in honoring your achievement and recognizing what they see as a signal for your prospects in your world and your life. Penn College's Degrees That Work serve as a passport to secure employment, a rewarding and lifelong career. But the particulars of the path, the next chapter, is really up to you to write. So I ask you to savor this occasion. Feel free to commemorate it with photos and videos. This is Penn College. Your phones and devices are welcome throughout this ceremony. We are, after all, a college of technology. I will capture the first picture of the day. Now, your future begins now, and we look forward to a wonderful celebration. And as Murphy's Law would have it, sometimes there's the best made plans for the event. However, some of you are going to go out today when you finish and find a gift on your vehicle. That is likely to be a gift for some of you as a parking ticket. We did our best to communicate with officials in the city and around the community that this is commencement, and we suggest it should be a no-ticket Friday. However, my gift to you is this. If you got a ticket today, you can mail it to the president's office at Penn College, and we will take care of it for you. If you got your ticket yesterday, if this is a week-old ticket or a habitual violation you suffer from, I'll send it back. Seriously, if you find yourself with a ticket today, please send it to us and we'd be happy to take care of it, because the last thing we want to have you do is remember today as Ticket Friday. Have a great day.
I'd like to now introduce Mr. Elliot Strickland, Vice President for Student Affairs.
President Gilmore, Mr. Young, Provost Starkey, distinguished faculty, staff, family, friends, and most importantly, the 2018 graduating class. It is my great pleasure this afternoon to introduce your student commencement speaker, Hannah Williams. Many of you know that the Penn College Wildcats have recently become members of the NCAA. We compete in Division III as a member of the Northeastern Athletic Conference. Now, when most people hear of the NCAA, they think of Penn State or Notre Dame or Ohio State, large Division I institutions. But there are more schools and more student athletes in Division III than in any other division of the NCAA. And Division III student athletes play solely for the love of their sport. They receive no athletic scholarships. The other thing that sets Division III student athletes apart is the focus on the full college experience. They are not just here to play their sport. They are here to excel in the classroom and to be involved in leadership and service. I mention this only to point out that Hannah Williams is the model that every NCAA Division III student athlete should emulate, and not just at Penn College, but nationwide. Hannah's accomplishments as a student athlete are incredible. She was a 4-year member of the women's soccer team, a 3-year member of the women's tennis team. She was recognized as a Penn College Student Athlete of the Week. She was selected to the USCAA National All-Academic Team, was chosen as a NEAC Scholar Athlete each of her 4 years at Penn College, and was recognized as Penn College's Scholar Athlete of the Year in both her junior and senior years. Last year, Hannah was chosen to represent the entire Northeastern Athletic Conference as a student athlete delegate to the NCAA convention in Nashville, Tennessee. Now, with all of this conditioning and training and athletic involvement that she was required to do, you would think that she wouldn't have any free time. But she still found time to serve on the Student Athlete Advisory Council, where she served as president her senior year. She was a member of the Penn College Construction Management Association, the Society of Inventors and Mad Scientists Club, and Alpha Chi Honor Society, where she served as vice president. She also volunteered outside of the college in numerous community service causes, including Read Across America, Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service, and Women in Sports Day, just to name a few. And let's not forget that, in addition to all of this, Hannah still had to go to class. The scary thing is, inside the classroom is where Hannah shined the most. In her rigorous industrial design major, she earned a perfect 4.0 GPA in her major and a 3.79 overall GPA. For those of you doing the math, in her 4 years at Penn College, she earned all A's and only 1 B. Thank you, Physics 103. Hannah's soccer coach, John McNichol, said that on their team has a motto: finish stronger than you start. I am hard-pressed to think of another student that has finished as strong as Hannah. And Hannah's story, as you will hear, is all the more impressive when you understand what she had to overcome to even make it to college. Last night, Hannah was one of 7 students to receive a Penn College Award for Outstanding Leadership, and tonight, she will be awarded the President's Award for Leadership and Service. Today, Hannah graduates summa cum laude with a Bachelor of Science in Industrial and Human Factors Design, with minors in both Marketing and Business Administration, and an Associates of Arts in Studio Arts with high honors. It gives me great pleasure to introduce your 2018 student commencement speaker, Ms. Hannah Jo Williams. She just corrected me, 3.97, not 3.79. Perfection always, look at that.
Thank you, Elliot, for that awesome introduction. And yes, 3.97. Got it. Good afternoon, friends, family, faculty, and fellow graduates. On behalf of the class of 2018, I am truly honored to stand and speak here in front of all of you today. My name is Hannah Williams, as you all heard, graduating today with a Bachelor of Science in Industrial and Human Factors Design and an Associate's in Studio Arts with 2 minors, Marketing and Business Administration. Now, some of you may be wondering, what in the world, what even is industrial design? Well, it deals with all of us. Here's an example I always tell people. Have you ever experienced a time where you disliked the chair you were sitting in just because it was just too uncomfortable? Well, that's where I come into play. Considering the phrase human factors design, I invent and innovate. I would take that uncomfortable chair you're sitting in and investigate areas that need improvement. I would use anthropometric data to find the best measurements of your body type and design something that would fit you like a glove. I'm here to help you, designing products that will allow you to experience a better and greater lifestyle. As I look out into the audience today, I see blue and black graduation caps, 2-year and 4-year students from the Pennsylvania College of Technology. As of now, I can finally say we did it, people. We are graduating today with a degree that pursues our career for the future. So let's all now give a round of applause to those graduates. We all deserve it. We didn't do it on our own, however, so this is the perfect day to thank your friends, family, and the Penn College faculty for all the love and support they provided you throughout your college career. Now, I find myself wondering about you and your stories. How did you get here today? I certainly have a story, just like all of you. Looking back to my high school days, I never once thought I would be standing in front of all of you today at our college commencement ceremony. I was very much a homebody and stuck to myself, only talking to those who needed me. I knew I'd be going off to college after high school, but it was a real struggle to get me to find a college I wanted to go to. Ask my parents about that one. I grew up in a small town, never really wanting to leave. I was used to the small town norms, not readying myself to make a big change. But I knew I had to go, so I chose the school that best fit me, and that, of course, was Penn College. The first time I stepped on campus, I knew it was the college for me, as I could quickly make a similarity. As some of you know, my pickup truck is my pride and joy. I always need to make sure it's full of fuel, shined up, and of course in the farthest parking spot you could find. Once I saw others who enjoyed their truck as much as I did, I knew I had made the right decision. But back to reality, why did I choose Penn College? Well, it offered the major I wanted to pursue and even the sport that I enjoyed playing. Penn College is a community of creators, allowing students like us to pursue our dreams with full hands-on experience. To name but a few, we offer unique majors like forestry, welding, construction management, graphic design, hospitality, information technology, automotive, nursing, aviation, and even early childhood education. As you just heard, these majors are all unique in their own way, but Penn College uses their resources to offer a wide spectrum of degrees. And during my college career, I not only stuck with my major, but I experienced a few others as well. So getting back into my story, I realized once I got to college, I wanted to do everything that I could to fulfill my college career. I knew I would only be here for 4 years, so why not learn as much as I possibly could while the time was mine? The drive to do everything truly started about 6.5 years ago when I was in a motor vehicle accident. I broke a few bones, preventing me to walk on my own for about 4 months. It was a scary time in my life, not knowing what could happen next. But in order for me to walk again, I had to push through the pain and tears during many rehab sessions. This traumatic event in my life forced me to realize that life is very precious, and it is so, so important to fulfill each day with a smile while also doing the best you can do each and every day. Don't take life for granted because it can quickly change in a blink of an eye. Throughout these 6.5 years, I always wondered, why me? Why did I have to go through all that pain? Well, as I stand here in front of all of you today, I think my question is answered. As I was granted a second chance at life, I stayed determined, doing everything I possibly could to reach for the stars and continue my dream. Even if I was in pain, there were others in pain as well, and that pain was my ultimate motivator. An important man in my life once told me that you must push through that pain or you won't get anywhere. That important man is my father. Day in and day out, he strives to do his best as he is a tough worker, working long hours, producing fruit and vegetables for the American culture. He's a jack of all trades, and I couldn't be prouder than to stand in front of him today saying, I want to do it all too. Well, Penn College allowed me to do just that. I stepped into areas that I never knew I could, and it first started with athletics. During my connections, the summer before my freshman year, I met my soccer coach, John McNichol, on his first day of work. He was transitioning into a new spot, and so was I. Nervous as ever, I sat down and maybe spoke 2 words while the rest came from my parents. Well, all I can say now is that all changed throughout my 4 years of soccer. Right, Coach? I came out of my shell and started interacting with my teammates and other athletes of different sports. I joined the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, moving up the ladder as I started as SAC Treasurer, moving to Vice President, and then this year as President. Throughout my 4 years as a student athlete, the athletic department has grown tremendously. I was honored to attend the 2017 NCAA Convention in Nashville, Tennessee, as I got to meet a lot of other student athletes around the nation. It was an awesome opportunity as I was able to travel with our college president, Dr. David Gilmour. I am proud that I was able to see and be a part of the transition we made into Division III athletics. So one day, Coach asked us if any of us soccer girls wanted to play tennis in the spring of my sophomore year to help us get closer to our Division III transition. I honestly thought he was joking, but come to find out, he really wasn't. Me not knowing anything about tennis, I went out and played some matches, getting my butt kicked. I stuck it out, however, and ended up playing 3 seasons of tennis. Again, not knowing a lot about tennis and the sport and never even playing it in my life, I was shocked to see that my doubles partner, Emily, and I made it to playoffs this year. Sadly, we lost, but I can't be too upset because I really have no idea what I'm doing still, and even making it to playoffs was a great accomplishment. My soccer coach back there probably thinks I forgot all about soccer, but don't worry, I didn't. I couldn't be more proud than to play under you, Coach. It was a great opportunity, and I'm so glad that I stuck it out for my 4 years. It was awesome to see our teams improve each year, making it closer and closer to playoffs. I know I mentioned this to you during my senior soccer speech, but I can't thank you enough. You've made me a better person all around, making me come out of my comfort zone, stay in Williamsport on the weekends, meaning not go home, and learning everything else other than farming and pickup truck terms. We've definitely had our hiccups together, but there were certainly more laughs and smiles on the soccer field than anything. I thought I would never say this, but I'm gonna miss those funny jokes you pull on me once a week, even if they do make me cry. And yes, I did say cry. It's been a great 4 years under your belt, Coach. I'm gonna miss you. Still staying determined and doing everything I possibly could at Penn College, I joined the Residential Construction Management competition team. I competed with them as their marketing go-to for the past 2 years in Orlando, Florida, during the first week of classes in January. It is a national competition where the NAHB, or National Association of Home Builders, gives participating schools a plot of land in a random state in the U.S. We are required to research that plot of land while also coming up with the best way to develop the land and build homes on it. I learned so much while being a part of this great team, and as my fellow teammates graduate tomorrow, I would like to thank them all for welcoming me into another great opportunity. That important man in my life that I previously mentioned also told me something else, That something else has driven me to reach my dream and move to the Midwest. Growing up, and still to this day, my father always said, to do your thing. It's not that he didn't want me to follow in his footsteps and become a farmer myself, but it was the fact that he wanted me to go out and experience new things and show the world what I had to offer. Back in October, I accepted my first full-time position with a company that I have loved for years. This company shares the same values as I do, striving to become better each day. This company also shares my favorite colors, green and yellow. That company is John Deere. The past 2 summers, I had the opportunity to complete internships with them in Waterloo and Des Moines, Iowa. It was an awesome experience, and I can't wait to be back as I will be starting as a product engineer in Des Moines. Farming has been in my life since the day I was born, so why not help the farmers in a little different way, making agricultural equipment last their lifetime and always run like a deer. In final thoughts, if you were to take anything out of my speech today, I would really like you to think about doing your thing. Use your story and think about what your ultimate goal is. Everyone has a dream, and that dream can be accomplished with hard work and dedication. Everyone knows everybody, so continue to network throughout your life. We are all graduating today with the real world ahead of us. In general terms, we are all moving from campus to cubicles, so here are a few great takeaways as you move into your new and amazing careers. 1, work hard and deliver results. During the first few days, weeks, months, and years of your career, it is now your job to learn as much as you can without error and on time. 2, learn the business. Even if it's not in your specific role, ask questions, look for opportunities, and volunteer to do extra projects. 3, maintain your integrity. Always have a set of personal values and adhere to them. Keep your promises and always be honest. 4, pause. At some point in your career, someone is going to tick you off, and you're going to want to pipe right back at them, but the real strength comes in your ability to pause. Wait 24 hours to respond. 5, own the mistakes. We all make mistakes. It is important to be accountable for something that was your error, but when you fail, you learn. 6, relationships matter. Develop meaningful and productive relationships throughout your professional career. It will all pay off in the long run. 7, be yourself. Don't waste any time being someone you're not. We do the best work when we are true to ourselves. And finally, number 8, be enthusiastic. This is the time to go have fun. Go into this new experience with an open mind and open heart. Many of you know the scientific phrase, a body in motion stays in motion, and a body at rest stays at rest. We are all graduating students, so I can say for the wholeness of the group that we tend to stay in motion on a regular basis. The biggest challenge, however, is staying in that distinct motion and not giving up. We are all intelligent. If we weren't, we wouldn't be sitting here all together on our graduation day. There are 5 levels of intelligence: smart, intelligent, brilliant, genius, and simple. As a student, mother, father, girlfriend, boyfriend, sister, or brother, we all have challenges, problems, etc., and we all tend to possess perfection. Yet, perfection is really a gimmick to the human culture. It will never come true, so the key is to learn how to choose wisely. Together, we need to go above and beyond the chaos of everyday life and identify the most important solutions to the most important problems. Yet, how do we solve these problems and not give up? We use emotion and mental toughness. These 2 things promote and encourage action. We all need to learn to tell ourselves what we do well in and ask ourselves how we can improve. The key is having confidence in yourselves, pushing you further to reaching your life dream. Being a student makes you a stronger person inside and out, excelling each and every day, as well as realizing who you truly are as a person. Reach for the stars and strive for your dreams, because together we are the Penn College class of 2018. Now, on to my thank yous. A special thanks to Davey and Elliot for this great opportunity. You are both huge role models at this school and great supporters to us in athletics. We all can't thank you enough. Thank you to my professor, Dr. Thomas Ask. and my fellow industrial design colleagues, Brett, Alex, Jasmine, Megan, and Sammy. It has been a great 4 years with all of you by my side, and I couldn't have done it without all of you. To my coaches, John McNichol and John Maychek, thank you again for an awesome sports career. Thank you to John Vanderveer, Matt Blymeyer, Jackie Clayhold, and to the athletic department as a whole. We've shared many memories and laughs together, and I will truly miss it. I would like to thank my parents, sisters, and grandparents for all they have done for me throughout my past 22 years. I am making big moves in the next few months, and they are the ones standing right by my side, accepting the fact that I am moving 15 hours away, so I thank you. To my sister Kelly, I wish you all the best as you make your way into Penn College. Do all you can do while you're here. It is a short 4 years. Now that I'm graduating, I guess I give you permission to take that number 15 soccer jersey, and have fun with it. To my sister Caroline, enjoy your last year of high school. It goes fast like everything else, so make memories and do your thing like you always tend to do. But while you're doing it, don't give mom and dad too much grief. To my parents, thank you for always pushing me and making me strive to do the best I can do. I wouldn't be standing up here today if it wasn't for you too. Finally, to all my friends that I have made here at Penn College, thank you. You are all great individuals with a passion to do well. A special thanks to John, Paul, Hayden, and Cody. It was a great last semester with you four. And to that one individual that means the most to me, however, is Miss Haley Hartman. She's been my best friend since day one of freshman year. I couldn't have asked for a better best friend at college to laugh, cry, and smile with. We've shared so many memories together, it's unbelievable. I wish you the best of luck as you finish up your last year of nursing school. And oh, of course, say hi to Billy for me. That's her cat. Thank you again for another great opportunity to stand in front of all of you today. I wish all the graduates a warm welcome into the real world, and best of luck to you and your future careers. Congrats, class of 2018, we did it.
The Alumni Achievement Award recognizes an alumnus or an alumna of the Pennsylvania College of Technology from the past 10 years, whose postgraduate life includes noteworthy professional accomplishments or dedicated volunteer service to the college or the community, and who has demonstrated the importance of his or her Penn College education. During this ceremony, we honor Andrew S. Wisner. He earned a Bachelor of Science degree in Welding and Fabrication Technology in 2008 and an Associate of Applied Science in Welding Technology in 2006. Andrew's impact on his chosen career field reflects the value of his Penn College degree. Andrew of Cumming, Georgia, and formerly York, Pennsylvania, is employed by Andritz Pulp and Paper, a global leader in the pulp and paper technology, as a project engineer in the Chemical Systems Division of North America. He is one of the youngest specialists in North America working on rotary kilns and the world's largest piece of process equipment. Andrew's job entails detecting equipment problems through diagnostic testing, performing mechanical audits and inspections, as well as on-site construction management for upgrades and replacement component installation. He utilizes state-of-the-art laser measuring devices and wireless diagnostic tools to record measurements by the rotary kiln. There are about 1,000 rotary kilns in the operation in North America, and only a handful of people doing the job that Andrew does. Andrew is working on a research paper for the Technical Association of the Pulp and Paper Industry regarding the maintenance practices and production cycles on rotary kilns in North America. He presented his first paper at the TAPPI Peers Conference in 2017 in Norfolk, Virginia. Andrew and his wife Katya are the parents of young daughter Elsa. Please join me in congratulating Andrew Wisner, today's deserving recipient of the Penn College Alumni Achievement Award.
Thank you.
Would you like to say something?
I'd like to say something,
Okay. Do you want me to hold that? Or?
if you don't mind.
No, I'd be happy to.
It'll only take 2 minutes.
Okay. I'll time you.
1 page
Okay.
folded.
I'm checking.
Okay. So I really can't see everybody because of the lights, but it's great to be back. 10 years I graduated, and there's been lots of changes to Penn College. Lots of good things like being in the NCAA Division III. The college is expanding, and it's great to be back on the campus to receive this award. Thanks to Kim for nominating me. She told me before I came up here that I had to keep it short. I wasn't allowed to say anything that would upset Dean Kotner because he might tackle me, and no fireworks. So I promise none of that. What's funny is I have a really interesting work environment. My boss's boss likes to play practical jokes, and I was trying to keep this a secret as long as possible, so this is probably being recorded. And what he does is during our quarterly update meetings, he likes to embarrass people as much as possible. So he's probably going to get his hands on his videotape of me giving this speech, and I really didn't have to. I wanted to try and impress him, and be articulate, and I had all these great words and all this great advice for the graduates, but in reality, that's probably not going to happen, and everybody's going to forget what I'm going to say. But why this is funny is last night I was trying to print this speech off from my friend's house, and they have a wireless printer, and I'm on my work computer ready to print, and I somehow accidentally hit the global print option, and I sent the speech to every single printer in my office. I'm not sure how that happened. I'm not really good at the whole Bluetooth and wireless thing, but he has it in his hands right now. So he knows what I'm going to say. It's great. So I'm going to just give you some things that I've learned over the past 10 years of being in this environment, learning from my peers and learning from others in the industry. So this is exactly what you're going to experience, in my opinion. The first is going to be, you're going to be called a millennial, believe it or not. So you're going to have to accept the good and the bad that goes with that word. And people will already have judged you based on your age alone. You'll be called lazy, entitled, privileged, impatient, self-centered, selfish, arrogant, and my favorite, a snowflake. I don't even know what that means. Cold, unique, but you already have the experience to thrive and exceed all expectations, so do it. Your degree isn't based in theory alone. You have practical experience, and it's about getting your hands dirty. Meet the challenge. You need to be patient. While you have all this great experience through your labs and you're, going to classes and taking these exams, you just need to keep learning. You'll probably learn more in the first year of your job than you did in all the years of college and high school combined. Sorry, faculty, but it's true. You did a great job of giving them a great foundation, but each job and career will demand new things of you. Give yourself time to learn and never stop. If you want something, go get it. Work your tail off to live the dream. You are only limited by the goals that you have set for yourself. It might sound simple, it's not. At times, living the dream requires change, and change can be intimidating, even scary. Sometimes the dream is also a nightmare. Know that your preparation here has prepped you to handle change. Learn how to accept failure. Don't blame others for your failures. You are going to make mistakes, and you are going to fail. And sometimes it will be a glorious fail worthy of its own award or YouTube video. But no human is perfect. Power forward through the adversity you are facing, and remember, sometimes you are the problem. Yeah. I'm the problem all the time, trust me. Do your best not to stress out about things you cannot control. Anybody shaking your head about that one? Yeah. This is so easy to say, but it's very hard to do. Remember these two things, if nothing else. If you give it your all and tell the truth. If you do these two things, you don't have to worry about anything. Be kind, and be kind to everyone. This is a tall order. We all have our own issues, and we definitely don't like every single person on this earth, but you have to be kind to everyone. The smallest act of kindness, no matter how seemingly insignificant, can change a person's life forever. There is truly power in kindness. Try and leave this world a better place through one act of kindness at a time. And lastly, hug your parents, hug your family, hug your friends. Tell them that you love them. Don't live with regret of not telling someone how much they mean to you. None of us know how long we're going to be here. So meet the challenges of life head on. Know that you have the skills to be successful, be kind, and love all. Thanks.
Andrew and I were reminiscing upstairs before today. He told me I gave him a good hug. So I'll remember that one, Andrew. Throughout the proud history of the Pennsylvania College of Technology and its predecessor institutions, teaching has always been at the heart of our mission. Faculty who excel at their profession provide the foundation for our standing as a national leader in applied technology education. For their integral role in our success, full-time Penn College faculty are honored each May at spring commencement. Since 1982, 73 Excellence in Teaching Awards have been presented. It is now my honor and privilege to present an Excellence in Teaching Award to one of our deserving faculty. Allow me to share some edited comments about our honoree. And I should tell you that we do our very best to keep this a secret right up until this moment. So you're going to see some uncomfortable people behind me as I begin to speak. I'm going to quote from the nominees' nomination forms. I really enjoyed the real-world problems that we did. It's much better than doing a problem and has no relation to the external world. The homework and the exam system worked perfectly for my type of learning style. This individual is very committed to student success and is willing to do whatever is needed to bring that about, including totally revamping a course. They work tirelessly and is passionate about helping students improve and provides extraordinary support both inside and outside the classroom. Takes a great deal of initiative in his work, possessing a high degree, half the room just got better now. They possess a high degree of joy and enthusiasm in his teaching and is committed to high standards and quality in the academic curricula. This individual spends up to 2 hours or more a day in his office helping students and answering questions and just allowing us to do our homework there in case we need help. Now they'll figure it out. Our honoree, who has been employed at Penn College since 1988, holds a bachelor's degree in science, bachelor's of science degree in mathematics from Lock Haven University, a master's degree in mathematics education and certification in educational administration from Penn State University. He has been a faculty member, department head, and assistant dean, and this is not his first teaching honor at Penn College. He was recipient of another Excellence in Teaching Award in 1995. In addition, he and a colleague were presented the President's Award for Outstanding Assessment of Student Learning in 2015. It is my personal honor to present the 2018 Excellence in Teaching Award to Ed Owens, Associate Professor and Department Head of Mathematics. Yeah, a long walk. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I can move this up here since you have to go back down. Yeah, I will. I'll just leave it here. When you come back up later, don't go back down at the end. Okay?
Well, that was a surprise, but thank you, Dr. Gilmore. I'd be more comfortable doing this, I think, if it was a math lesson, because I would know what the next line was going to be in the problem, but I'm not sure what to say here. I want us to start by thanking God for bringing me here. I've been through a lot of experiences and opportunities that actually created a background that made it very appropriate for me to come to Penn College. And in fact, it's only by the grace of God that I'm standing up here, actually, with my health. But I also have to give some credit to my wife, my late wife, because she spent a lot of time supporting me through a lot of different ventures I took. I was always the one interested in trying the new thing. And so it meant sometimes moving jobs and moving family and doing things like that. And she was very supportive in doing that. Again, I want to thank the colleagues behind me, because you don't do this by yourself. There's a lot of people that go together that helps you to, be a good instructor. And I've had colleagues who've given me ideas, who have supported me, who have challenged me and pushed me. So I give them a lot of credit for that as well. But mostly I want to thank the students in front of me, because one thing I can tell you without a doubt is, after 45 years of walking into the classroom, I still enjoy walking into the classroom to teach. And I will do that again on Monday morning at 8 a.m. So as you go out on your careers, I just hope that you can look back after 45 years and say that you are as satisfied with your career and you're as happy with what you're doing as I can say. So thank you all, thank you very much.
He says he's now coming back to the good seats. The Veronica M. Music Master Teacher Award was renamed in 2006 in honor of its first recipient 24 years earlier. It is the highest honor accorded to a Penn College faculty member. The commemorative medal, which is a substantial responsibility it reflects, has been awarded just 31 times in the history of the college. I have the honor and privilege today of presenting the 32nd Master Teacher, whose portrait will soon join those of the predecessors adorning the wall in the Madigan Library. As I have noted, we keep the honorees in suspense as long as possible. So here are some edited comments for this year's very praiseworthy recipient. This person is the most productive colleague and proactive colleague I have ever worked with, constantly working to refine instructional materials. They do an excellent job in relating different kinds of learners by varying pedagogical approaches through willingness to work with students outside the classroom. The office suite is always filled with students working on homework so they can pop in and ask a question. They encourage students to study in the suite, which is immediately available for all. Is the most professional and caring and enthusiastic colleague I've ever worked with, is an asset to the institution and most importantly to our students, has the work ethic and the efficiency second to none, and has a genuine passion to continually improve. Clearly has a mastery of the subject matter. I often send students working on research projects to them for feedback. Every single student I've sent comes back with the ability to understand what was very complex as it was made doable for them. While students say it directly, the fact that they continually seek her classes is evidence of the fact that she motivates through positive, constructive action through punitive measures. Our recipient today is going to prepare to come to the podium in shock. Let me fill in some remaining blanks. Our newest master teacher holds a master's degree in operations research and applied statistics, as well as a bachelor's degree in political science and economics from the University of Miami. She is the 2015 co-recipient of the President's Award for Outstanding Assessment for Student Learning. She spearheaded the revised Core Education Committee and is a member of the Quality Through Assessment Committee and serves as representative to the Faculty Association. She has served as an assistant dean, a department head, and the director of mathematics and general education. It is my distinct honor and my personal privilege to present the 2018 Veronica Music Master Teacher Award to Joanna Flynn, Associate Professor of Mathematics, who is sitting in the reserve section today because she thinks somebody else is getting the award. Joanna, you may bring Aiden with you. A rumor told me she had shorts on because they leave immediately following this ceremony for Disney. I know, but I got one, you get one.
So for people who know me, they know that I like a plan. And then when we have a plan, we stick to the plan. And so the original plan for this afternoon was to be packing for my trip to Disney that we leave for tonight. And then about a month ago, my dean came and told me that I needed to be at graduation for my husband to get an award today. And so the plan changed, and here we are. And this was not the plan, Mike. So I am so thankful for the opportunities I've had at Penn College to teach. I want to thank my colleagues and the students who every single day challenge me and motivate me to be better. My parents, my dad's here. He thought he was coming to support my husband today. For their support, their love, their encouragement every step of the way. My little guy, Aiden, who's maybe asleep, I don't know, for helping me with perspective, and my husband, Brian, who essentially, he's out there in the audience somewhere, essentially does really probably everything at home so that I have, I guess, the time and energy to pour into a job that I love so much. So thank you very much.
Where is Brian? You could stand up. Thank you. So you know how I said that we all have plans and sometimes they aren't made the same way? Nobody told me Brian was in the audience. So I've been standing back here staring, trying to figure out where he's been, wondering what went wrong, and I was about to ask Dr. Reed if he was going to sub in or something. I guess I didn't need to know that. So, all right, now we're going to get to all of you, as promised. But it's Dr. Starkey's turn, not mine, so I'll turn it back to him.
Thank you, Dr. Gilmore. And congratulations to Ed and Joanna, two very deserving recipients. Ladies and gentlemen, as many of you know, the legal corporate body of the Pennsylvania College of Technology is its board of directors. This is the body that by our charter is given the final responsibility for the governance, welfare, and all other interests pertaining to the college. Though some responsibilities are delegated, ultimate authority rests with the board. At this time, I'd like to call upon Mr. John Young, member of the board of directors, to authorize the conferring of degrees at this ceremony. Mr. Young.
Good afternoon. This is a very special occasion for all of you. The degrees being awarded have come from hard work, from the guidance and wisdom of the faculty, and from strong support from your family and friends. On behalf of the Board of Directors, I extend to all of the graduates our congratulations and best wishes. And to all the supporting family members, the faculty, and friends, I extend our thanks for your support. Now I turn to my official duty. Dr. Gilmore, by virtue of the authority vested in the Board of Directors of the Pennsylvania College of Technology, I authorize you, on behalf of the Board, to confer on each of these candidates the degree earned, as certified by the appropriate school dean.
Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree please rise? Dr. Gilmore, upon the recommendation of the faculty, I'm pleased to inform you that these women and men have satisfactorily completed the requirements for the Bachelor of Science degree.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Directors of the Pennsylvania College of Technology, I do hereby confer upon you the Bachelor of Science degrees you've earned with all of their rights and privileges, and with congratulations from the Board of Directors, the faculty, and the staff at Penn College. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Will the candidates for all associate degrees and certificates please rise? Dr. Gilmore, upon the recommendation of the faculty, I'm pleased to inform you that these men and women have satisfactorily completed the requirements for their respective associate degrees and certificates.
By virtue of the authority invested in me by the Board of Directors of the Pennsylvania College of Technology, I do hereby confer upon you the associate degrees and certificates that you have earned with all of the rights and privileges, and with congratulations from the Board of Directors, the administration, and the faculty. Congratulations. I would ask the baccalaureate graduates to please rise, and the associate degree graduates still stand. And Hannah, will you come over here? That's everybody, stand up. Ladies and gentlemen, just a few moments ago, it was my honor to confer upon you your associate degrees, your certificates, and your Bachelor of Science degrees. As a symbol of your entry into the world of educated women and men, I ask that you turn your graduation tassel as I turn the tassel of your class representative. This symbolizes to the world that you are in fact now a graduate of the Pennsylvania College of Technology. Congratulations. Yep. You may be seated. As individuals and institutions, we all pass through clear stages of development, points in time when we grow in new responsibilities and new roles. This ceremony is a transition event for all graduates. Today, the Pennsylvania College of Technology will recognize individuals with academic honors. Outstanding academic achievement will be recognized for all students. The gold, silver, or white cord they wear during these ceremonies, white for honors, silver for high honors, and gold for highest honors, can identify these students. Blue cords signify academic achievement for certificate students. In addition, we are proud to recognize the graduates who are members of Phi Theta Kappa. Their gold stoles and gold tassels will identify them for you. We are also proud to recognize the graduates from the Alpha Chi Society. White stoles will identify those students. We would now like to recognize our veterans. They are identified by red, white, and blue cords. Students who are graduating and served in active duty, as well as those who are serving currently in all branches of the military. And I would ask our veteran students to please stand. If you would remain standing, let me tell you about our veterans. Our Penn College veterans represent 31 Iraq campaign medals and 35 Afghanistan campaign medals. We are very proud of our veteran students. You may be seated. Thank you. At this time, Dr. Carolyn Strickland, Vice President for Enrollment Management and Associate Provost, and the respective school representatives present the candidates for their diplomas. I know that you want to capture this moment in whatever vehicle you brought with you. We ask that you simply keep the area in front of the official photographers clear so they can capture their photographs as well. And with that, we will begin. John, I need John.
Yep. Okay. Perfect. Right to this line. Go ahead. When she's done, we can do part of her.
President Gilmore.
Hold on.
President Gilmore, I present the graduates of the Applied Technology Studies from the School of Industrial Computing and Engineering Technologies.
Emily T. Kammerer. Jonathan Theodore Capps. Ryan Joseph Monteleone.
President Gilmore, I would like to present the graduates of the Department of Information Technology in the School of Industrial Computing and Engineering Technologies with majors in Information Assurance and Security, Network Administration, Software Development and Database Management, and Gaming and Simulation, and Tech Support.
Cody A. Davis. Bradley R. Day. Joseph Matthew Drees. Noah S. Stahl. Austin Matthew Adams. Kyle I. Clayton. Anthony John Fabiano. Brandon M. Flannery. Tyler Wolfgang Herbst. Christopher John Watts Herzog.
Yep.
Nathan M. Orntz.
Yep.
Evan Tyson Sipe. William Joseph Shea III. Ian C. Toth. Andrew P. Brown.
Yes.
Stephen Paul Fantasky. Chad G. Hyken. James A. Jeffries. Joseph Mendel Myers.
Yep.
Joseph M. Valenti. Max A. Wagner.
Connor L. Winslow. Drew Passell. Brian Belak. Jackson Alexander Cockle. Kelsey L. Schock. Brad E. Lenig. How do you say that?
President Gilmore, it is my honor to present the graduates of Engineering Design Technology, Industrial and Human Factors Design, Engineering CAD Technology from the School of Industrial Computing and Engineering Technologies.
John Carl Anaskevich. Brandon A. Biesecker. Luke Edward Clay. Thomas Allen D'Arcy. Rick Allen Day II. Nathaniel B. Duraco. Logan J. Finsterbush. Thomas W. Harrison III. William C. Hayden.
James Healy. James Healy.
James Healy. Denise R. Holland. Matthew James Horner. Gage M. Hoy. Adam Lee King. Francis J. Quigley. Brandon T. Russell. Dayton Thomas Rutkowski. Jason S. Ruzzi. Jacob Craig Snyder. Benjamin T. Steimling. Jacob M. Weller. Andrew Joseph Wentzler. James Wilson. Megan J. Herman. Jasmine Vega. Samantha M. Villa. Brett Franklin Orkowski. Alexander R. Wetzel. Curtis Jared Schobel.
President Gilmore, it's my pleasure to present the graduates of Building Automation Technology, Electrical Technology, Electromechanical Maintenance Technology, Mechatronics Engineering Technology, Renewable Energy Technologies, and Electrical Occupations, all within the School of Industrial Computing Engineering Technologies.
Matthew T. Clock. Lucas Edward Jensen.
Talib Dean M. Akbar.
M. Akbar?
Yes.
Talib Dean M. Akbar. Chase D. Andrus. Jalili A. Atanda. Benjamin Barclay. Zachary Tyler Barrett.
Bouch.
Alec Ryan Bouch. Matthew P. Bradley. Austin Justice Karen. Zachary Allen Cromley. Bryce Thomas Crawley. David William DiRosato. Jason Fox Eichelberger.
Yeah, Antonino Farina.
Antonino Farina. Matthew S. Haupt. Theodore Grant Loball. Logan S. Maurer. How do you say that? Luke Onasconich. Nicholas J. Pareca. Garth J. Reich. Tyler J. Smith. Andre J. Torres. Sean M. Vanderkloot. Cole Michael Weechak. Zachary J. Williams. Quinlan R. Abercrombie. James Alpaw. Devin J. Anderson. Brian T. Callahan. Anna B. Grafe. Kyle Davis Herlinger. Kyle W. Lamp. Aiden J. Martinez. Daniel J. McConnell. Christopher J. Morin. Rebecca Lynn Potts.
Smigley.
John Ryan Smigley. Dakota J. Sutsko. John W. Timmerman. Nicholas J. Warner. Peter Michael Connick, Jr. Cole William Winder.
Right up to that white line, please.
Jason Philip Allen. Jeremy R. Allen.
Right up to that white line, please. Right behind them.
Zavon Michael Harris. Troy B. Kennedy. Michael Dean Peterman. Nathaniel F. Piper. Jonathan Michael Shaw. Noah J. Werner. Dale Robert Harvey. Hunter M. Dunlap. Brandon James Maddox.
All right, you're going to go right to this white line here. You have your card? Okay.
President Gilmore, I present the graduates of Electronics and Computer Engineering Technology, Electronics and Computer Engineering Technology, Robotics and Automation from the School of Industrial Computing and Engineering Technologies.
Andre Mikolai Adamit. Michael Freilich. Michael O. Jarvis. Brandon G. Klopp.
How do you say that?
Stephen M. Kasubas. Nathaniel W. Nichols. Jacob T. Piergalini. Christian Thayer Rogan. Roman Joseph Shikatano. Damon Kyle Shoemaker. John V. Stanishevsky. Connor Austin Doherty.
President Gilmore, I present the graduates of Manufacturing Engineering Technology, Automated Manufacturing Technology, Machine Tool Technology, all part of the School of Industrial Computing and Engineering Technologies.
Evan Matthew Astley. Ethan R. Baggett. William Paul Bates. Lucas Paul Crawford. Luke J. Davies.
Foreman.
Adam Reed Foreman. Justin Lee Geedy. Logan Brian Goodhart. Dane Michael Klein. Easton Nicholas Latrani. Evan N. Moore. Give me a second. Tyler A. Schoonover. Samuel N. Schweiter. Darian P. Trago. Christopher J. Tulanowski. Marcus Peter Weber. Cole Daniel Schaefer. Ross E. Brennan. Joshua M. Eckert. Brian P. Huff. Nicholas A. Miller.
President Gilmore, it is my honor to present the graduates of Plastics and Polymer Engineering Technology in the School of Industrial Computing and Engineering Technology.
Abdullah Said R. Al-Haydam.
Ready for the white line? Al-Hussein?
Yes.
Mohammed Ahmed Al Hussein.
Okay, right on the right line. Saeed Lafi, how do you say that? Al-Marfoui.
Saeed Lafi Al-Mafari.
Where to go?
Heather C. Fennell.
Right up to that white line.
Raymond A. Furkai.
Right up to that white line. Fiamingo.
Dante C. Fiamingo. Cody Jacob Fisher. Joshua K. Kreider.
How do you say it?
Luke S. Orzakowski.
Yaya Rumali.
Yaya Rumali.
Shableski.
Colin Alexander Shableski. Logan A. Tate. Jack Henry Walsh.
We're going to go right up here to this white line.
President Gilmore, I have the honor of presenting the graduates of Welding and Fabrication Engineering Technology, Metal Fabrication Technology, Welding Technology, all from the School of Industrial Computing and Engineering Technology.
Kevin F. Allwine. Dustin Oda Boffman. Kyle X. Beam. Michael John Dipple II.
Fitzsimmons.
Yes.
Zachary James Fitzsimmons.
Garvey.
Yep.
Logan Kincaid Garvey.
Coughlin.
Yep.
Blake Steck Gockley.
Garano.
Samuel P. Garano.
Hausner.
Garrett Stephen Hausnecht.
Generette.
Ryan B. Jenneret. Aaron Andrew Kelch. Cody Matthew Lay. Jessica Lee Logue. Jordan Mann. John Richard McGranahan.
Mickey.
Christopher J. Mickey. Dalton R. Miller. Sean A. Moore. Katya Elizabeth Pahachek. Travis Brody Peterson.
Is this Steven?
Yep.
Bailey Stephen Savage.
Stinkle.
Yes, ma'am.
Stone D. Skinkle Howard. Brandon Matthew Stover. Jacob C. Weller. Evan D. Wyan.
Step forward, please. On the line.
Austin Michael Wolf.
Burgess. Yep.
Lucas D. Burgess.
Bachman.
Yep.
Gavin Paul Bachman. Robert Stephen Barnes.
Yes.
Colby Dale Bothan. Leif Eric Brown. Bryce M. Cole. Justin Matthew Dashler. Stephen J. Debsky. Daniel E. Filippelli. Colton Daniel Fishburne.
Yeah.
Ty Anthony Gornick. Garrison K. Newlin. Britt M. Snyder.
President Gilmore, I present the graduates of Graphic Design, Advertising Art from the School of Sciences, Humanities, and Visual Communications.
Danelle Grace Alexander.
Collier.
Joseph N. Collier. Austin Lee Fulton.
Felicia Hartzler.
Felicia R. Hartzler.
I'm going to listen to it. How do you say her last name? Nguyen.
Mintu H. Nguyen. Morgan Lee Royer. Kira Nicole Shea. Jonathan D. Straub. Kaylin Yvonne Walker. Daniel T. Wrench. Clara Ann Benton.
President Gilmore, I present the graduates of General Studies, Individual Studies from the School of Science, Humanities, and Visual Communications.
Daniel B. Rosenbaum.
President Gilmore, I present the graduates of Applied Human Services and Human Services from the School of Science, Humanities, and Visual Communications.
Marquise Malone Delgado. Stephen K. Enderly. Holly Nicole Engel. Brittany Eveline Goldinger. Brooke L. Gray. Caden M. Landau. Tierney Nicole Lookingbill. Mandy Marie Myers. Shannon Nelson. Travis R. Nyhart. Kinda A. Walker. Lydia C. Hall.
Yes.
Michelle Lauren Hermes. Colby Ray Morris.
I love you, Mom!
President Gilmore, I present the graduates of Emergency Management Technology and Early Childhood Education from the School of Sciences, Humanities, and Visual Communications.
Corey W. Kreider.
Is your dad out there? There he is. Yes.
Madison Helen Janikowski.
Go ahead, right up front, right behind him.
Grant McCauley. Brittany L. Niepower. Brandon A. Shrimp. Leslie M. Bonnell. Katrina Chanel Dolly. Kriana R. Jackson. Alicia Charlene Kibler.
Step forward.
Taylor Danielle Lang. Cheyenne Lynn Lynch. Felicia Marlene Phillips. Janelle N. Seeger. Angela Christine Zayas. Zachary J. Fuller.
This is your last one.
And Hannah Jo Williams. Wow. Your connection to the college does not end today. As graduates, you're now members of the Penn College Alumni Association. This is your link to the campus, and certainly between you and your alma mater. I encourage you to keep in touch with the Alumni Relations Office. You'll hear from them monthly via the alumni newsletter, as well as on Facebook, of course. I look forward to welcoming you back on campus, to future alumni events, and to activities, so please be sure to keep your information for us up to date so we can be in touch. And a particularly important reminder, in about 6 months, you're going to get a graduate survey. It's important data that we gather about how successful you are and what you're doing, so I would encourage you and thank you in advance for filling it out. You know, as I look at my watch, my guess is that you're all ready to go out and do some celebrating. Yes, I know. And one of the things that is one of the most treasured things for me as a college president is to have the last 2 minutes to just talk to you. So I'm going to ask for just a few of those, just 2 minutes, to pretend that there's nobody else here but the graduates and me. I got up early this morning and I thought about what today means. And I thought, what kind of words can I share with you that would be inspiring, encouraging, quick, and yet something you might want to hear. So I already did a welcome that talked to you about your inspiration and how these people around you are touched because of you. We heard Hannah's story today, and I have a regret. My regret is that we didn't have time to hear each of your stories. Because I am confident, as we shook hands with you coming across the stage, that each and every one of you has a story like Hannah's. You faced a challenge, you faced a problem, you faced a tragedy perhaps, but you're standing here today as a graduate of college. For some of you, you may be the first in your family to go to college. For others, you're the 9th or 10th. For some of you, you did it as a single parent. And for others, you came right out of high school and took on the chance of writing a new chapter. So my regret is that we'll never today have everyone in this glorious room hear your stories. But here's why I decided it was okay to talk about that today. Because the incredible faculty behind me and the staff, they have heard your stories. They're the ones who stood with me out in the hall while you were processing in and said, I'm going to miss so-and-so. They made a difference. Some days they drove me crazy, but they touched my life in a way that they'll never understand. I hope you really believe me when I tell you that we are better because of you. It's not easy, and I remember fall convocation when many of you started, and we talked about meeting us halfway, and we would help you on the journey. I tell that to every freshman class. I'm not sure if they believe me or not, but it's true. Here's the thing. For you to be sitting here today, you've met us more than halfway. I can't begin to tell you how much it means to see you go out in the world and be successful. We want to hear your stories, but most of all, you'll walk out the door today, and we collectively know, the Penn College community, that you're a different person than you were 2 or 4 years ago. And 99.9% of that is different for the better. You heard from Andrew, you heard from Hannah, you heard from the faculty award winners that there are challenges before you, but I see only opportunity. And when I sat down and had my breakfast and read the morning paper, I turned my calendar over knowing that I wouldn't be in my office at the end of the day to be ready for Monday. And this is what it said. It said, look for the good, search for the truth, and hope for the best. But I'm looking at you and saying, it's more than hope. You need to strive for the best. You need to be the best. Give everything that you can, because I can tell you without a doubt, we are proud. And we are counting on you now to go out into the world and make us Penn College proud. Congratulations.
I invite those who are able to stand. Gentlemen, remove your caps. And everyone join in singing the Penn College alma mater. You can find the words on page 2 of your program. Stacey, you know the words, right? So you're not going to leave us off?
Okay. On it. Thanks.
Destiny.